Thank you. You are welcome to the English class session at the Way Edu Consult. And we want to continue with our discussion on misunderstood or misconstrued expressions in English. We've been taking many of these rules, and in the last class we ended with Rule 69. We want to give more in this class, and even in the subsequent class, we'll still give more, as many as we could cover within the context of these classes. Make sure you identify those expressions, discuss the appropriate usages, and give examples of their usages so that you get acquainted or familiar with them. Number 17 now, the use of who, and whose. All these ones are regarded as relative pronouns. Relative pronouns. We want to focus their usage as relative pronouns, not as interrogative pronouns. They are interrogative pronouns when they begin interrogative sentences, or what we call questions or WH questions. But they are called interrogative pronouns when they are used to describe a noun. Are we together? Now, who is used as subject. Take note of that. When the person, that relative clause, which the relative pronoun begins, is describing, refers to the performer of the action in that expression, then you use who as subject. Then whom as object. That is when the person is the recipient or the receiver. Then you use whose as a possessive adjective when the person being described or the thing being described is possessing something. Are we following? Who are you? That one is general. That is under interrogative pronouns. But in that case, who is still the person being described. Whom did you give the book? Whom did you give the book? Now, whom there is interrogative, right? But we are using the objective case of it because the person we are referring to is the receiver. Are we together? Whom did you give the book to? So assuming you been receiving the book, you could have who gave you the book, who gave you the book, but whom did you give the book to? So that person you want to describe is the receiver. Whose mother came around today? That means someone's mother, right? So it's about possessive. It's a genitive form, right? That is why you use whose. The mother whom I married her daughter is nice. The woman whom I married her daughter is nice. So the woman there is a recipient of marriage. I mean, her daughter was the one being married by me. That's why you have whom. The woman who came here yesterday is found dead by the police. The woman performed an action which is coming here, right? So that's why you use who. I believe you are following me. So the difference is that while who is followed by a verb, whom is followed by a noun or pronoun, that is, and also receiving the action. That's why you use that. Let's take note of these three words: broadcast, forecast, and cost. When you use these three words, their past tense and past participle retain the original form. Broadcast, broadcast, broadcast. Forecast, 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 and cost, cost, cost. And I will also recommend the discussion of irregular nouns, plurals, So I mean, and even some verbs, irregular nouns and irregular verbs. That is, when you want to form their past tense and past participle for verbs, you want to form the plurals of those nouns, you know how to form them, because they may not take the conventional way of maybe adding s or adding ed as you have for verbs. Please take note of that. However, cost could have its past and past participle as costed when it is used to calculate the total price of something, right? Or decide the total amount something will amount to. So when you are using cost to mean amount of money, when you want to get the total price of something, you can use cost, costed, costed. Are we together? That is on that. Traffic, congestion, hold up, or go slow. When there is a standstill of vehicles on the road due to rush hour, traffic congestion or heavy traffic or rush hour traffic should be used, not hold up, not go slow. Are we together? I was stuck in heavy traffic during the rush hour. Advise, take note of SE. Advise, take note of CE. Advise is a verb, as in advise my friend. One of SE That is when you want to use it as a verb, as the action in that expression in the sentence, you use the one of se, that is advice. But when you want to use it as a noun, and that noun is uncountable, you use is as what? Ce. Use the one of ce, advice, advice, advice. Look at these two words between, among. When two people or two things are involved, you use between. When it is more than two, that is three or more, you use among. Are we following? Share these oranges between Nelson and Pius. Two people. Divide the oranges among the 5 students. Even if the number is not mentioned, you use among. But if you have 2, it's going to be what? Between. So for among, you have 3 or more, or when the number is not stated. Look at these words: academic, academia, academicians. Academic is a noun, and it means a person who teaches or does research at a university or college. So that is an academic. Are we following? So academic is the person, that lecturer you are referring to. So academic is could also be an adjective, means activities that are connected with education. You see academic activity, academic progress, and all like. So it could also mean an adjective to describe activities that are connected with education, and the person who is also doing that is also referred to as what? Academic. Academia means the word of learning, the word of teaching, the word of research, like the whole world, like the whole sphere of life, right? At universities, and the people involved in it, everything, the Senate activities, the faculty activity, the college activity, departmental activity, the learning, teaching, research, everything is done at what? The academia. Are we together? The activities and the people involved in it. Then academicians, an academician is a member of an academy. An academician is a member of an academy. So academician is just like being a member of an academy. Number 76, escort, see off and accompany. Escort is in connection with a person or group of people or vehicles that travels with someone in order to protect or guard them. Escort. Are we together? When those people that travel maybe with a governor or with any political official or officer, or with other people with high positions in the society, you always have people guarding or protecting them, and they travel with them. Those people are called escorts. Are you following? So when you say goodbye to someone who is starting a journey, you left your house to follow the person maybe to the street or to the park, that the person will take a bus or other means of transportation. What you have done is to see off the person. Are we following? So to accompany means to go somewhere with somebody. When you go along with the person on the trip, you have accompanied the person. But when you only walk a little distance, maybe from the starting point to where the person will take off in the journey, then you have what? See off. I believe you get the differences among them. You have diary, you have dairy. Diary, take note of the spelling, a book with spaces for each day of the year in which you can write down important events. That book you hold in your hand where you write important events, that one is what? Diary. Look at it, D-I-A-R-Y. I will make a note of our next meeting in my what? Diary. Then dairy is a place on a farm where milk is kept and where butter and cheese are made. Very simple. This with place where you keep milk and where you make butter, where you make cheese and all likes. Number 78, beside and besides. Beside is a preposition which means next to or at the side of. So when someone is at my side, you say the person is beside me, right? You are dealing with position, right? Position of a particular place. You are looking at relationship between two nouns. One noun is at the side of another one. So you say what? Beside. The house is beside the big school. Then beside is also a preposition, but it means in addition to or apart from. What other sports do you like besides table tennis? So beside there means apart from, or in other sense in addition to. Canvas and canvas. Canvas and canvas. Canvas means a strong, heavy, rough material used for making tents, used for making sails, and by artists for painting on that board, that rough, that strong wooden material that they make their painting on or they draw on is called canvas, right? Then to canvas, look at the spelling. Canvas means to ask somebody to support a particular person or political party. So what they do when they campaign, when they go to from house to house and they tell people to vote for them, what they are doing is that they are canvassing for votes. Number 80, climactic and climatic. And climatic. Take note of the two. One has C before TIC and one does not. The one that has means an exciting event or important situation at a point in time, at the climactic of the program, climactic section of the program. So the most exciting or the most important of a program. Why climatic means connected with the weather, say climatic condition. Take note there is no C after A before TIC in that word to mean we need to know the climatic condition of that place before we go there. That is what we are referring to in number 80. Now, number 81, you have stationary and stationary. Stationary means not mobile, to stop, or something being static. That thing is stationary, right? Then we have stationary, means material for writing or for use in the office, where you buy your pen, your book, your writing pads, everything that is stationary. But to stop is stationary. Please take note of that. In the next class, we are still going to consider more of these principles, rules, and ways that are often misunderstood or misconstrued in English language. Thank you, and God bless you.